Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome.
Hasn't been too long. As promised, here is how to change a bracelet with pin and collar. We're going to get right into it. No lengthy introductions. What we have here, I'm going to record on my phone so you can get both angles here as well as us talking.
First of all, this is the diver's bracelet for the MK2. It's a very long bracelet, so it will fit anybody's wrist.
Yeah, we have yet to have a customer need more links for this bracelet.
If you're one of those that can participate in the strongest men of the world, you might call us with a longer bracelet requirement. But to mention up front here, the bracelet is set up where you can exchange or reduce 4 long links, and then there's this semi-link here. Okay, these semi-links are here so you can fine-tune the bracelet adjustment as needed. So you have an adjustment possibility of about every 2 millimeters. Otherwise, if you just go with the long ones, you are at an adjustment rate of about 10 millimeters, and that can become quite cumbersome to adjust the way you want it to. So be mindful that you have these smaller semi-links here to help with your adjustment requirements. Okay, so what I do is
Well, let's show the whole tool first. So the tool my dad has.
This is I'm embarrassed to show you this tool. This is an Alibaba tool, or when I go to the show in Hong Kong, I always bring about 10 or 20 of them back with me. These are readily available. They're only, I think they're about $1 or $1.50 a piece.
Well, yeah, even on Amazon, you can get these for a couple dollars.
And they break rather easily, but if you don't know what you're doing, if you kind of know what you're doing, it holds up quite well. But you can put the bracelet in here and then put it in here and apply pressure with this screw threading here. I tend to want to do it all by hand, but I can show you here. You bring the pin here so it locks into the hole with the bracelet. Now it's locked in, and you don't have to apply a lot of pressure, and the pin comes out on the other side there. The only thing you have to do is make sure it's out 2 or 3 millimeters, and then you take your...
If it's not out enough, a good friend of mine, he was messaging me on Instagram. He found this out the hard way. If it's not out enough, you're not going to be able to pull it out with the pliers.
Yes. So you take your flat nose, needle nose, and you just...
And you will need pliers. I don't think that's out enough, actually.
No, it's out enough.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah. The pin and collar system on these bracelets, it's very robust. So it's not like once you pop them out, the pin's just going to slide out easily.
Okay,
so
my dad
just popped out the collar.
Here's a collar that goes over the pin, and here you have the reduction ring that has to coincide with a snap into the collar here.
Yeah, you can see.
And once it's in there, you can feel it. They're together, and it's impossible after that for these pins to disengage anymore. So they are. It looks like it's not much here, but this is a very, very strong pin, much better than hairpins. There's always a discussion, why don't you use screw pins? I don't use screw pins because for most of us, we're very happy with this here, and we know that it holds. If you use screw pins, you have to have friction glue, you have to have the right screwdrivers, you have to have the patience, and you have to have the eyes to do it. And so this here is rather simple to do.
Yeah, and now show how to put it back on. And again, one of the trade-offs for this being a more robust system than as usual is that you will need a pair of pliers to pull these out. You're not going to be able to grab it with your fingers and pull the pin out after it's been pushed out like this.
Okay, so once it's in here, the friction sleeve is still in here. It should not fall out. So you just put it back in here, and you can put it in from both sides. It doesn't matter which side you put it in, okay? That's another advantage that you have with it.
There will be arrows underneath the link, but you can disregard the arrows.
What I do afterwards, I just apply, I go with the flat side here and just bring it in. It takes maybe about 5 pounds pressure to slide it in, and I slide it in all the way until it's flat here, and then
what are you looking for?
I'm looking for my eyeglasses because I can't see close up here. Comfortable, but anyway, Joshua will be able to do that. Then you go in here. I probably can feel myself to it, and
how far in do you want this?
You will feel it. It'll snap in.
And how will people know if they've gone too far?
Well, it'll come out on the other side.
Okay.
So I'm
sorry if this video is a little
there you
shaky.
go. Now it's snapped in. You don't hear it, but you can feel it every time you push in. You just feel a little click and then resistance with it. And then it's in. That's all that is needed. And
on top of that, what I do to ensure it's in, I'll see if I can get a visual of it here, is you'll see, I try to match it with the other ones. They'll be uniform in their depth in the side of the bracelet. So that's how I like to ensure that it's in all the way. But again, as long as you have this tool, and you can use this tool in this way or connected. There's a lot of tools you'll see online too of I don't know if I can grab one around here or not, where they'll be similar to just a straight bar on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Those work as well. Really, the thing you need to look out for when you have cheap ones, and I've had this happen to me before at a watch show, so always bring a spare if you're on the road, is this tip here. It's pretty brittle, and it will snap sometimes.
Yes, if you don't straight on, or if you use a hammer, you'll get rather frustrated. So
don't use a hammer.
Yeah. One other thing about these, in the technical world, in Switzerland, we call them Capsa pins because the company that invented them name is Capsa, and so they will last about, if you wear the bracelet every day for about every 3 or 4 years, you'd have to replace everything in single one of them. So if you feel it's time for me to replace these pins, just give us a note and we'll send you a replacement for them, and then you can replace all of them yourself. Depends what kind of environment we're in. A lot of times, a lot of soap, a lot of cream, a lot of sand, a lot of dust is the ideal polishing compound, and if your inside of the bracelet looks more polished than the outside, ask for replacement pins, okay?
Yeah, everyone wears their watches differently. You have on one end of the spectrum, my friend Pat, if you're watching, his watches, he could wear them every day for a year and you wouldn't be able to tell. Whereas me and my dad honestly might be worse than me. We wear our watches very hard. So depending on how you wear them, you may need to replace them in 3 years or 10 years. It just depends on how you wear them.
Yep. And you'll notice that when a pin comes loose, that's because of polishing effects. Then if one comes loose, the other ones will follow. But the normal life cycle of a hairpin is about 3 times longer, and it's probably about the same life cycle as a screw pin as well. So, but without the frustration of screw pins falling out.
Yeah, it's a very robust system. We say pin and collar because that's what everyone's familiar with. But it's very secure. We have yet to have one fail on us, knock on wood, that we know of. So they're very secure. But again, all you need to change the bracelet is something like this and pliers.
And some pliers.
And you're good to go.
Yep. With our past history, with the watches, we've been using these now for 25 years ourselves. And within the watch industry, they've been used for 30 plus years and very good track record.
Yeah. So if you guys have any more questions, for those of you who've been waiting for this video for weeks, I apologize. Let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to answer them. If you want to see other videos along these lines, also let us know and we'll make them happen. But thank you for watching.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Let me delete some cat videos first.